Hello everyone, welcome to the second tutorial on Python. In this video, we are going to talk about variables. What is variables? In simple terms, we can say variables store data that can be changed. Variable is like a memory allocation, which allocates some memory for the data. Memory allocation means what? Memory allocations means holding space in the memory, reserving space in the memory. So here we can see that something written variable in Python are declared like this. Here the first name is the variable name and the Nokri bot is the data. So whatever is written in the left hand side is the variable name and whatever written in the right hand side is called as data. So here in the example variable name, I will highlight this. In this example, we are assigning this data NokriBot to the variable first name. So what we have not mentioned any type of data. We just stored the NokriBot. So we know that this the type of data is string. Python automatically detects the type of data. We don't have to specify any type for the variable name. Like how here we have written first name is equal to NokriBot. Here if you see that NokriBot is a string. What is a string? String is a sequence of characters. So we are storing the sequence of characters inside this first name. Same way we can see that here we have written x is equal to 5. So what is happening here? We are storing 5 inside the variable x. Suppose if I want to see the data type of x, suppose if I want to see the data type of first name, how we can see this? So we will write this type method. So inside this type method, we will pass the variable name as an argument. So this will display the type of the variable. So how it will display, we can see in our Python command line. So I will open the CMD. Here I will write Python. So it starts the Python command line interface. Here I will write uh, first name. I will create one variable first name is equal to Nokri bot. I will press enter. So what is happening in this line? In this line, Python creates a variable and variable holds some space, and after that it assign the data NokriBot to the variable first name. Suppose if I want to print the content of this variable, how I can do this? So in the last tutorial we have seen that how to print anything on the screen. So we will use the print method, print and variable name. This is the first way of printing. We can print like this. So it is printing NokriBot. How we can print two string at a time? So I can write like print my first name is, this is my first string. After that I will pass the variable first name. First name. So it will print my first name is NokriBot. So it is taking the value from first name and it is printed here. So this is the way how we allocate the memory and then how we can print that variable name. Okay, now we will see the type. I want to see the type of the variable first name. How I can see that? So the method is type method. So we can write type and we will pass the variable name as an argument. So our variable name is first name. So this I will pass, and when I press the enter button, so it will print something like this class str. It means it is showing that this variable is of string type. Now again I will create one more variable like uh, x is equal to 5. enter. Now I want to know about the type of this data 5. So I will simply write type and I will pass the variable x and press enter. So we can see that class int. We have not defined any type of data type. It will automatically assume that this data is of integer type. So now we can, I'll show you one more example of floating, like x is equal to type 4.5, enter, and type of x is float. Now we will see one more example of boolean. We know that there is another type of data type like boolean, which always contain a true or false value. So here I will write uh, okay, status, one variable I have created with name status, is equal to true, and I will press enter. Now I want to know the data type of this variable status. So what I will write is, I will write type, then I will pass the parameter, I will pass the variable name as a parameter. So status, enter. So now it is showing that it is of boolean type. So this is all about the um, how we can see the types of data. Now again we come back to our tutorial. So now next line is written as, here the first name is variable name and Nokribot is the data stored inside the variable first name. Fine. We write variable name on the left hand side. We already seen that. Always we need to define the variable name on the left hand side and data on the right hand side. It's also fine. We can store any type of data inside the Python variable. This also we have seen, whether it's a string, integer, float, and boolean. And there are so many other data type also, but we will see in later videos. Next is how we can, what are the things we need to know about when we create a variable name. So the first thing is, a variable name must start with the letter or a underscore character. So here we can see that first statement is, a variable name must start with a letter. So this, in the first example, we have seen that the variable name is started with the letter F, and this first name stores the data Nokribot. And one more statement is written, a variable name must start with a letter, this is fine, or the underscore character. So we can also create a variable name with underscore character. So in the second example, I have mentioned this also, like the variable can start with underscore also. Okay, so next point is, a variable name can only contains alphanumeric characters. So we are telling that we can create a variable with alphabetics and numeric characters. But one more thing we need to remember, that the variable name will never start with a number. It can contain a number, but it will never start with a number. So here it's written, a variable name can only contain alphanumeric character. It will not contain any type of symbol except underscore. So it's already written, a variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. So this is the valid type of variable name, first underscore name. So this started with a letter and ends with a letter, but it contained one underscore in between first and name. So here we are assigning the data Nokribot inside this variable. And in the second example, we can easily see that the variable name is starting with underscore and ending with a number. So this is also a valid data type of the variable. This is also a very valid variable name. But now we can see the invalid variable name, how invalid variable name looks. Whenever we create a variable name, we should not give any space in between the variable name. If we give any space, it will throw the error. we cannot give any special characters in between the variable name except underscore. So what will happen if we give something like this space or dash symbol? So we can see in the compiler, suppose I want a variable name my space var is equal to 4. So it is throwing some error. You can see invalid syntax. Suppose if I want a variable like my dash var is equal to 5. Again, cannot assign to operators because this dash sign is acting like a minus sign. So it is operator. So it is not taking this value. So we cannot assign a value. We cannot assign a data to an operator. So this is also a invalid data variable name. Now we can come to the next slide. A variable name are case sensitive. It means what? What is the meaning of case sensitive? The case sensitive means which can treat uppercase and lowercase differently. So if we create a variable name with an uppercase letter and the same variable name if we create with a lowercase letter, so Python will treat both as a different variable. Like how we can mention here, see here the number one is a variable name which is starting with a capital letters, and the same number one is a variable name which is starting with a small letter. Both are treated differently. So we can see this example. I will create one name like number one is equal to, uh, I'll write one number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now again I will create one more variable number one is equal to 98765. Enter. Now I want to print the value of small case number one. So I will write print number one. So it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. Now I want to print the value of num, uppercase number one. Print number one. Now it is printed 98765. It means that both are treated differently. So this is the case sensitive. So in Python, variable names are case sensitive. Next point is variable name cannot start with a number. We cannot start any variable with a number. Like how we can see here, it will not start with any type of number like 0 to 9, any number we cannot use in the first letter. If we use, what will happen? Suppose we will test here 2 address is equal to 5. It is throwing error, invalid syntax. Okay, fine. So next slide is, this is all the valid variables name. This is all the invalid variables name I have mentioned here. We can see this mystr started with the character. It's correct. Mystr in between there is one underscore. It's also correct. This mystr third one is started with the underscore symbol, and in between also there is underscore. It is also correct. This my var is a variable which is started with the small alphabets, and in between there is one capital letter. This is also correct. This is also correct. Capital and capital. This is also correct. Started with underscore. It's correct. This is also correct. We already seen and we already discussed. And started with the capital small m and end with the number. This is also correct. But in the invalid variable name, we already discussed this number. Variable name will not start with 2. Variable name will not start with number. So variable name will not contain any space in between. Variable name will not contain any type of symbol except underscore. So this also meets our requirement. This also tells that this is not a valid variable name. Guys, finally we completed variables in Python. I hope you all understand this very well. In next video, we will see how conditional statement like if else, nested if else work, how looping works, and we will try to cover some small problems for our better understanding. So guys, please like, share and subscribe my video. And if you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Thank you.